Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And when I was doing a video series on different kinds of kind of shop knives, including these breakaway blade ones, a lot of people said, you know, check out the OLFA brand, or OLFA. Nice Japanese technology. So I picked up a couple of OLFA tools, and one of them was this, and I want to bring this to your attention. This is the OLFA Scraper. It's the SCRS. I'm assuming that's Scraper Small because they make a couple of others. You can kind of see on the package. They make one that's a lot wider. They also make one that's got kind of a trapezoid shape. But I wanted something that was fairly small, light, and pretty strong. I threw a magnet on this, and it looks like the metal goes up to about right here in this. You could consider it disposable. You know, trying to get a new edge on that stainless steel blade might be a little tough, but I think you could do it, or at least turn it into another tool as long as you didn't break the plastic. This was about 10 bucks on Amazon, and it actually fits in quite nicely to my set of scrapers. And I love scrapers, and if you know anything about my channel, you know, like these snap-on scrapers, these are just amazing, amazing tools. Not cheap though for a striking scraper, but wonderful. And then these are the standard carbon scrapers. Snap-on makes sets of these in different widths, basically. And in fact, one of them, I forgot to put it out, let me grab it here, is my absolute favorite scraper so far. It's this guy here. This has appeared in other videos. I love this thing. If you want the number in case you're trying to find it, this is the SGCSA8. It's the 8-inch carbon scraper. But I have other scrapers, different sizes, and what I want to do is show you where this OLFA fits in. As far as being lightweight, this one's probably going to go into my overlanding kit because I often want a scraper. And in fact, something about this size is mostly what I need. There are replaceable blade ones, but there's a difference in size, and that's what I'm going to show you right here. So we'll start out, here's a razor blade, and oddly I thought, oh, I'll just have a bunch of broken razor blades, because usually you apply a lot of force to something like this, and it's not designed for it. And the reason it's not designed for it is, you know, what I've got is you know, 1/10 of a millimeter. That's not very thick. You know, it's a flexible blade that actually has, you know, quite a bit of brittleness to it. If I move up from that, you know, to the standard kind of utility blades, you know, I'm moving up to, you know, 0.7 millimeters. Was that zeroed here? Whoops, nope. Let me zero that back again. 0.6 millimeters here. So a little over half a millimeter. It's stronger than a standard razor blade, but still a little bit less. You don't want to apply a lot of force. You're going to bust them. This, on the other hand, is about a millimeter. Got about, you know, as I'm moving around here, about a millimeter. And that's a good strong blade, stainless steel, nice. You can actually put an edge, a discernible edge on something like that. We jump up to, you know, the snap-on carbon scrapers, and you also go up to a little over 2 millimeters. You can see. Then if I went to one of the big striking scrapers, now I'm pushing 4 1/3 millimeters, 4 1/4 millimeters. So you really jump up quickly once you start doubling. I mean, this is really beefy. These are already really strong, and these are really flimsy and dangerously fragile. These are pretty good, but right there, that seems like a really handy size. So I thought I'd take it for a spin. It's definitely a lot thinner than this Titan, which I did a video on, which is actually a good just kind of utility scraper. This is actually quite sharp. Here's the packaging. You know, you can see I can slice into it quite easy. So it has some knife characteristics as well, whereas these tend not to hold their edge because of the way you use them. You can see that one's kind of chipped up. I do sometimes grind them back, but overall dynamite. Now, it was head-to-head with this for my overlanding kit. This is its only competition. This is that Blue Point. I did a series of videos about this, how I ended up with it. It's a great tool. Big handle, tapered blade. It's not a knife really, but you know, it's got some edge to it. I wouldn't rub my hand across that one, but that's what I'm trying to decide, because OLFA makes great tools, and a small light scraper, super handy, and it fits in. It's got a place, and I thought I'd bring it to your attention because I see a lot about OLFA knives, and looking online, in fact in the YouTube catalog, I've yet to see a single video about this. And the more I kind of play around with it, the more I realize this is a nice tool. Very simple design, probably just flies under the radar. So anyway, thought I'd bring it to your attention. And with that, Doc out.